Hi everybody, welcome to the Finance This Property That podcast. My name is Dion Fernandes and I am a mortgage planner and finance professional. My goal is to empower financial legacies for generations, and I look to do this by using my over 13 years experience in finance and having special guest speakers like financial planners, accountants, buyers agents, family lawyers who are experts in their field to provide knowledge and free education. And without further ado, let's get into our episode today. Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of Finance This Property That. Special episode. It's our first panel episode with the team from Emerge Finance. I crap on about everyone in the team, but I thought it'd be really good to get all four of us here in the broking team, the finance team, to have a bit of an introduction to the team, talk about how they help clients in their specific areas of expertise, and let's talk about how we differ. Cool. So without further introduction, you've already seen Adam on the podcast and Luke on the podcast, but welcome Simo or Simon.
Thanks, mate. Thanks for having me.
Now, you're a very experienced podcaster. You've been on the Advisor podcast. So so is Adam, but you're the most recent one. So you take the mantle. Mate, thanks for coming on, everyone. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks,
mate, Simo, tell us a little bit about you, your journey to where you are at the moment, and who do you love helping?
Yeah, awesome. Well, thanks for having me on. This is the biggest podcast I've been on to date, so it's good. It's good to be here. In the studio.
We're under 30 episodes, too. We're no advisor, but we're getting there.
But no, my broking journey started 4 years ago with Emerge. So my background was in media. So I was very new to the industry when I first started with Adam at Emerge. And so I actually started off as a loan processor. So it was really important to me to learn from the ground up, what was actually involved from start to finish with buying properties. And so learned from the ground up as a processor, learned all the back end, all the important stuff that actually goes into, your application and even after settlement as well. So it was really valuable learning that, especially being completely new to the industry, right? Like there's so many different processes, different banks, different policies. And so there was a lot to take in, and it was really good to learn from scratch.
Awesome. But why did you get into the industry in the first place?
Yeah, so good question. I had a good experience with my broker when I bought my first property, and, it did get me thinking, especially being also I was always interested in property as well. Always loved property. I was always reading about it in my previous job. And so towards the end of my last job, I was also really interested in the finance side of things, in the finance world. And mortgage broking obviously is, the middle of both of those two worlds. And decided to give it a crack and join Emerge, and rest is history, as they say.
Yeah, man. I mean, like how long I've been in Emerge for? Just a little bit over a year and a bit now. Man, you've grown exponentially in your skill level, and took the plunge from being PAYG to self-employed. And I know how scary that is.
Yeah.
It is a big jump, but also have a little boy at home as well. Keeps you
mouths
sick.
to feed. Yep.
Yeah. Did you just renovate your house, or you've just bought your house and renovated it?
Yeah, so we bought a old cottage, and basically it was like a 2-bed, 1-bath, and we did a reno as well, which was a really good experience. And it's quite interesting. It's a big process that we obviously all help clients with when it comes to construction. And again, there's a lot of moving parts to that as well. And it was a really good experience, because you think what's going to happen with a reno, but there's always something that pops up.
Always the curveball.
There's always something.
I've built 2 houses and it's gone. It's smoother the second time, but man, you just little pieces just crop up when you.
But the end result's great. Like it's a very rewarding process, and glad we did it. Yeah.
Is that your first home?
Yep.
as well. So, yep, you and your wife's your social media manager now, isn't she?
She is, yeah.
Hey.
So
She'll get some reels out of this to promote.
Yeah.
Get
Hopefully
it on
a
your
few good
page.
ones.
Yeah.
she sent me in with a few notes, obviously.
Oh yeah. She's worded you up.
Strict instructions.
Gotta give her a plug, so that's ticked.
Couple of topics to stay off for.
So that's your first time, massive reno. So what did you enter in, and what have you revalued the property since? Getting
Yeah,
it
so
done?
we were really fortunate when we bought it. Was in 2019, so it was before the market went crazy, before COVID. So we were really lucky. We bought it for 650. It was just like a decent plot of land with just a little 2-bedroom shack on it. So we bought it for 650, and then after the reno, so we turned it into a 4-bed 2-bath.
Jeez.
And then we just had it revalued, and it's about 1.7. I think high 1.6s now.
That, just in the previous podcast with Luke, we talked about, as a first home buyer, get what you can afford at the time and figure it out as you're going along. And you're another classic example of get what you can get into the markets, because it's time in the market. And look what you've done. How long have you had the property for?
Yeah, so since 2019, but talking about the power of property, like that whole renovation was funded through equity. So we didn't have to put any cash into it. It was all purely off the back of the market.
And you took your time.
Yeah.
You didn't rush it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome, mate.
What a great result.
That is a great result. And that's where I find the collective four of us have this variety of different paths we've taken as well. And, you guys are very early. Both of you are very early on your journey, bought your first homes. You've both done renovations and you've both seen uplift. It's great to talk about, and that's something you guys can share. Thanks, mate. Lukey, tell us a little bit about you. I mean, people already know about you. You've done 2 episodes now, so
Probably heard enough
Don't-
from me,
fair
I reckon.
enough.
Saw the fan club out
Saw the
front,
fan-
as I turned up. Yeah. Give
Signed a
us
few
more loot.
autographs.
Just tell us a little bit about what your area of expertise is, and how you like to help people, and what you do in the community.
Yeah, yep. Well, I guess quick recap on when I entered the industry. So I entered in 2020, so July. So I've been a broker now for over 4.5 years. Started at a previous firm, been at Emerge same time as you, Dion. I think we started on the same day.
Exact same day.
So lucky us. But no, it's been awesome since we've jumped on board. It's been, fantastic. And then in terms of the people that I like to help is first home buyers. That's predominantly, what I'm really passionate about. I do help other segments of the market, but first home buyers is really what drives me, because like growing up, I didn't have a mentor or family that really could guide me in the right direction around how to manage finances, how to buy a property. And I've honestly just learnt that over the last probably 5-6 years. So that's why I really want to share that knowledge that I've got. So and that's through educational content videos on social media, Instagram, TikTok, and then also my First Home Buyers Club, which I started on Facebook. So
What's the name of that club?
So cheeky plug is First Home Buyers Club Queensland. So if you jump on Facebook and search that, we've just got over 250 members now. So in there, it's just a free educational platform where people can go in there. It's safe, get the education that they need to make better informed decisions. So, I obviously didn't get that growing up. And so that's why now I've got the knowledge. I want to share that and help empower as many people as I can to get into the market, because it's not easy.
Yeah, awesome. You should just rename your Instagram handle First Home Buyer Mentor. It's a great little plug, right? Because you do. And that's the long and short of it.
Yeah.
Right? That is. And I see all the social media posts, see the online, the webinars that you do with the specialists. It's really good. It's a lot of education. And it's the lack of education. That's, like you said, you didn't have the education. You don't want other people to miss out. And you both are classic examples of getting the market and using what you've learnt to get yourself in the market.
Yeah. And now help other people.
Help other people.
Yeah.
Correct. Build the dream, right?
Yeah.
Sweet. Big dog. Adam just got back from Bathurst in a tent. Roughing it. But had a good time?
Yeah, good fun. Yeah. I've been almost 10 years as a broker now.
All right, so 4?
Better get comfy here in this journey.
Yeah. So you're
How
4?
many you got?
You're 4?
4.5.
4.5, so that's 8. You're 10?
10, yeah. I was similar to Simo. Like, I was new to industry. I was an engineer, actually. So I bought my first property at 21. My birthday's coming up next week. I'm a little bit over 21 now, so I've had a few bit of time in the market. But yeah, I used a broker as well, and then we bought a second property, used the same broker, and I just thought this is a pretty cool industry. As Simo said, sort of combines my interest for property finance. I was engineering, so numbers, and I just love people. So it sort of combined all of them. So yeah, I started Emerge just by myself in, your second bedroom of your little cottage in Kedron in Brisbane.
Humble beginnings.
Humble beginnings, yeah. My wife works in the business as well. She's my marketing manager. So yeah, we just started and, grew out of just, I guess, a genuine interest in people. I don't think we do anything that's sort of, there's no secret sauce, right? I just think we all have a real genuine interest in people and really want to help people through the process. So, and I think, we've got a really special offering where we break it down and make it really simple for people. And, we do a lot of property investing now. We've got a portfolio. And so I think, and we're all property owners. So we've got that knowledge to sort of help people through the process. And I guess, with a lot of these first home buyer grants and guarantors and, gifting funds from parents and things like that, like people don't realize how easy it is to get into the market. And look, probably first home buyers aren't buying in the middle of Brisbane as their first place, and neither did I. I had to buy out in the suburbs and then sort of make my way further in through your transactions. But it's all about starting somewhere. And yeah, like you said before, it's that time in the market, not timing the market.
Yep.
Because now, and we see it with all of our clients, anyone that's had property over the last 10 years has made good money out of it. And then I guess it's being able to utilize that to leverage into other things or property or shares. And really it is a game of finance, right? With a few houses thrown into it. So, I guess that's the value add that we offer, is that anyone can do a loan or go to a bank for a loan or whatever, but does that person have a vested interest in helping you succeed? And have they been there and done that and got the experience? Because you don't know how experienced a lot of the people are, that, through banks or whatnot.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm working in a bank, admittedly, like you've got targets to meet, right?
Yeah, correct.
You need to hit a certain amount of people that you talk to. You need to have a certain amount of approvals, certain amount of funding, and you got a target. So
And you've only got one product.
yeah, correct. Yeah. One product, one offering. So when we talk about, we're in it, we've got best interest duty to meet, right?
Yep.
Like that's literally what it says. It's best interest duty. We've got to do what's right in your best interest. Simo, you were talking about all these different, over 40 different policies and procedures, and it also goes with product, right? There's heaps on the market, which will, in our next episode, we're going to talk about the 2025 outlook. Like, what does that look like for people? But yeah, look, I mean, so that's 4, 8, 10, that's 18. I've been in finance for 15 years. So what's that? That's 4, 20.
Need someone who's good at numbers.
Jeez, where's my calculator? Where's my calculator? Jeez, and 33 years, collective years of experience, and we're all at different stages. So obviously, my story is a little different. Where I've been in the industry in finance 15 years, worked in a big bank, went out, worked in a smaller bank, saw how that worked, and then now in mortgage broking, and took the plunge last year to be self-employed, massive change. But in between that, went through a separation, had an investment property, sold that investment property, made a bit of money out of it, and now it's about rebuilding and restructuring. So, whereas I may not have like your portfolio, I've gone through the rigmarole of restarting. So it's okay to restart, right? You're going to go through that. So, but I love specializing that self-employed space, debt structure, really that debt structure and strategy, portfolio building. How do you build from 1 to 2 to 3? I really enjoy talking to you guys about it because I love passing my knowledge down and going, well, have you thought about this? And collectively, that's why having a team around you, it's 33 years of collective experience, right? We all do things differently. We all have different brain waves of how to think about structuring, because ultimately that's what you're doing. You're not giving someone a loan. You're structuring finance to not think of the immediate, but 2 or 3 steps down the track, right? Well, what do you actually want to do? Goal orientated. And I also have fallen into doing a lot of like SMSF, commercial, things like that as well. And we've got a good little referral network between the 4 of us as well. So I think the power of the team is really important.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
think that's the big difference. One bank, like you said, one bank, one product,
Yep.
one broker has very limited capacity, but we've got four of us. There's unlimited options. Well, not unlimited, but like there's the options are much broader, more capacity. But then what about our support staff, Adam? Like,
Yeah,
they're
and look,
phenomenal.
I guess that started off the back of offering good service to clients. We kept getting busier, and I guess the value that we provide for clients is being available and being that trusted advisor and almost that property coach for them. And look, we all know there's a lot of compliance, there's a lot of paperwork involved in what we do. So I guess the goal of that is to find some other people that can join our team that is more of their strength. If you'd seen a few of the loans that Simon processed to start with, I'm
Definitely in the right role now.
let's just say he's more tailored to being a broker. But and I was the same. I only joke about it because I see myself in Simon's shoes. But I was never that strong on the paperwork side. But that's part of our business, right? So let's find some really good operators that is their specialty. And we're really lucky to have someone like Michelle join the business very early on, because she's been a huge catalyst in I guess the growth of it, and just allowing, especially in the early days, allowing me to take work off my plate so that I could focus on the client side. And I guess my mantra has always been, look, we don't need hundreds of thousands of leads a month or a year. If you get some really good people that want to work with you, and then you just give them an absolute rock star experience, and you can see that now with our Google reviews. We've got over 300 5-star Google reviews, which is fantastic to see. But they then become our advocates, right? Their mates want to try and get in the market, or the first home buyers. How'd you do that? Oh, go speak to Luke. He's a good operator, and then we can walk them through the process, because people just don't realise how, I guess, accessible property is. Yes, prices have gone up, but there's still places to buy sub 500 in Brisbane as a stepping stone. And look, I didn't buy my first house thinking I was going to live there forever. I don't think that's really the reality these days, but it's about getting into the market, getting into a discipline of paying a mortgage, building equity, becoming an adult, having some commitments and things. But then that ends up being the catalyst and the stepping stone into, the next property or the family home or whatever it might be.
Yeah, and I guess for you guys coming into the industry, having a team allows you to do more. Like, you can do more TikToks. Which is, I mean, like Simon and I both think, like, how the hell do you get the time to do it? But it's having the support staff to know that when you hand a file over.
Yes.
How have you found that?
Game changing. Allows us, me, to talk to more people, to help more people, provide that service that we get more business from, I suppose. Like, we provide that great service, and that's what we're known for, and that's why people talk about us and refer their friends, their family, their colleagues. So yeah, it frees up a lot of time. We're not bogged down by inputting information into a loan application to get it submitted. The team's all over that. Like, they make us look like rock stars. So yeah, super grateful to have them in the background. I get excited when a referral comes through, and might be a contract with a tight finance period, might be 7 days, and I just know I've got full confidence in our team to be able to smash it out the park and provide a great experience.
Yep, and only involve you when you need to be involved.
Yeah, correct. Yep. So once the deal's handed over, like, we spend that time early. We go slow to go fast, which you love saying. Yeah. To get the deal, packaged up as best we can. The team looks after it from there, submitted, and most of the time we're getting one-touch approvals, which is awesome, and that's a testament to our team.
And that actually appears on each of the lenders' reporting. So like, all the BDMs are actually reported on their file quality, and even the banks report us. Like, you can actually be not looked after if you've got bad file quality. If I'm a accredited analyst, and you've come in and just given me nothing, and then there's a deal here that I know that someone's, they're really good. They're going to pick that. They're going to prioritize the deal, right?
Which we're starting to see a little bit as well. And the great feedback coming back from credit analysts just saying, hey, that was a really well put together application. Kudos to you and your team.
Yeah.
And ultimately, it's a better result for the client, right? Like, we can pat themselves on the back. But I mean, that's also our job is to do that. But ultimately, those quicker turnaround times means that clients are getting approvals faster. They've got less anxiousness around purchasing and around finance clauses, and they've got more confidence in using us and recommending us to friends and family, right?
Yeah, spot on.
So,
I think that's the big one is taking the stress out of it for clients because it is a very stressful process buying a property, especially if it's your first one. You know, you got all these people yelling at you what you need to get done and money getting deposited and transferred and, you know, tight clauses. And yeah, by having a team handling every single aspect of that and being available, it takes a lot of the pressure and the stress out.
Oh yeah, 100%. And you know, like I know how complex my loans are. I try to make it as easy for them so they don't have to answer as many questions. And I don't really want to talk to credit. Just want it approved.
Yeah.
Unless I have to. Just want it one touch and see you later. And that's it. But you know, going back to the team, I mean, the team's grown exponentially, right? So Simon then has been upgraded from his processing role to PAYG broker, and then you're self-employed, right? And then Luke and I come on board, and then we've got the three ladies, Michelle, Sarah, and it's Tegan. Is it Taylor? Taylor. Sorry. So this is new. It started with a T. So we got three in-house processors, and then we've got the amazing Filipino team. Who just work. You know, Dom, Mikey, Anne, Sarah. God, not Sarah. And now Martin. Right. So there's a powerhouse team back there. And then we got Marcus.
Yeah, a couple of credit analysts.
That just
really support us brokers to again do a bit of the grunt work around the research and another contact for clients if we're in appointments and things like that. So it's getting there, starting to grow.
Got Timmy and Arzu started as well. So mate, we've got a good team, right? There's no, I think communication's one of the key main issues that you hear. My broker never got back to me. I just don't think, you know, we may drop the ball sometimes, right? Like, you know, we're not, we've got family.
Speak for yourself, mate.
Yeah. I haven't. Well, that's why I got Tim on board. I'm like, why can't
when I started, like, it's almost like spinning plates, right? You're doing your marketing. You know, I didn't have a social media manager really, so I'm doing that. I'm doing my bookkeeping. I'm trying to write a loan. I'm trying to find new clients. I'm trying to research. So, you know, you are wearing a lot of hats as a sole operator broker, and there's lots of brokers out there that do that successfully. But I guess as our, you know, amount of clients that we were helping increased, you know, I could see my service slipping. So that's when we started building out the team and getting some real experts in those areas of it. So,
And I think one of the other things that you've sort of been able to do because of the team, and we've got the capacity to do it, is offer I think pricing, right? That's a real big bugbear for a lot of clients. I love the fact that I can go out there and say, hey, you don't have to worry about whether you're on the best rate or not. We will find you the best rate. We will review your rates every 6 months. You don't even have to ask. It just gets done and you'll get an email, right? And we'll be able to have a conversation off the back of that. I could tell you hand on heart, and we'll really hear it from Sally from St. George, right? Only maybe like 1% of brokers even look at their back book. Now,
and look, we always hear, right, that your clients say, oh, look, you know, I used a banker, or you know, got my loan, and, you know, I haven't heard from that person for years and years and years. And I guess that was something that really stuck with me. It's like, well, no, we're not transactional in that way, right? We're building a relationship with these clients. So, you know, I really saw that. Like, I did a lot of first home buyers when I first started and still do. But they're now, you know, 10 years in, they're now all coming back for big family homes or buying investment properties or putting in pools or buying, you know, holiday homes down the coast. And so I just thought, you know, why not keep that relationship going? And everyone always wants a cheaper rate, right? Especially once they're in the loan. So, you know, we went through a huge process of repricing every single client in our every single client's loan, and then we went to 12 monthly, and now we've built up a few more people in that team, so we do it every 6 months. So, you know, it's all not just about getting a really competitive rate when we set up the loan, but it's the ongoing maintenance and the making sure that we're reviewing that, you know, regularly, because, you know, we all see it. The banks charge a loyalty tax. The longer you're with a bank, the more they try and bump up the rate. So we try and keep them accountable. And a lot of the time, you know, there's no point for a client to be potentially refinancing if their existing bank is happy to give them a rate that's there or thereabouts.
Right. Yep. And that's where, you know, like you said, if you're at a bank, you only get one product. Mate, I could tell you, working in a bank, we don't reprice unless you ask. or you're wanting to leave. There's a couple of very aggressive banks out there that when you hand in a discharge, all of a sudden they're giving you these fantastic rates. But is that really being loyal? And I think you've introduced Spaving
correct.
as well, which is, do you just want to give us a high level on that?
Well, look, our business now probably does over 4,000 pricing requests a year across all of our clients joining the business and existing clients. So, we've got some knowledge and some experience in pricing and dealing with all these lenders. And they're all different. Some have got portals, some you got to email someone, some you got to ring up, or some you got to do this. So, if we've got huge processes around pricing. So what does a normal consumer, they've got no chance of being able to get in front of the right person to price it, or like what are the competitive rates and things. So I guess we've launched a product called Spaving. It's a complimentary service that we offer to people that aren't clients of ours, and we will actually price their loan for free effectively. Yep. There's really nothing in it for us. We're just adding it as a bit of a service.
And it's definitely not about refinancing either. It's making sure that, hey, are you on a good deal? And if you're looking to do something else, we just ask an extra question. But it's not about refinancing and taking the deal away. Because I can guarantee you, who wants to spend an hour and a half on the phone on hold only to be told that we can't give you a better rate? And then you stick it, like, it would annoy the shit out of me. Oh, sorry, excuse that French, but it would annoy me if then I have to stick a discharge in. I've got to go fill out a form, stick a discharge in, only for someone then to give me the rate. Like, is that what you guys are seeing?
Yeah.
It's happening.
Just
How do you guys
more
coach your
motivation
clients?
to leave, really, doesn't it? Like,
what do you guys do to coach your clients around that? Simo?
I think for me, I always, as a part of talking to a new client or, talking someone through what their options are and whatnot, I always do make a point of it to let them know, like, our service and what we do offer. So it's one less thing they do have to worry about. It's the fact that we do go back to their bank every 6 months to make sure they are still on the best deal. So, I always try to educate clients around that. But, I also like that we offer that because I don't also want clients to have to call their bank, put in a discharge form when, if they're happy to work with us, then obviously we can just do all that stuff for them, right?
Yeah, knowing that we're going to do the best by you.
Yeah.
Anything different?
It's a huge value proposition for us to provide that service. It's great peace of mind for the clients moving forward. So, it's massive. If a new client's coming in and they want to refinance, say just $1 for $1, trying to save some money, I'll talk to them and say, hey, have you had a chat with your existing bank? To see whether or not they can sharpen the pencil. If they haven't, well, then we can get involved with Spaving. And then we go down the path of perhaps maybe it's worth asking for a discharge form, see whether or not they can come to the party then, like you said before, Dion. And then if they're not, then obviously if it makes financial sense to refinance to another lender, because it does cost money, there's no real cash backs out there in the market at the moment. So, $1,100, $1,200 to refinance, give or take, to leave and go to a new one. So, we want to make sure it actually puts the client in the best position to be able to do that.
Yeah, because that's part of best interest duty, right?
Yep.
Meeting your requirements and objectives.
Yeah.
And how does it meet your requirements and objectives? So we can't just refinance you for the sake of refinancing.
No.
Let's face it, there are people out there that do that, but we don't.
Yeah.
It's because it's actually more work.
Well, clients have to set up new accounts, move everything over, change direct debits. Like look at the bigger picture here as putting the client in the best position. If you're not saving money, then it's not worth doing.
Yeah, exactly. All right, guys, we're going to leave it. That's part one. Part two is about to come up. But before we go, guys, you guys are all on social media. Simo, give us a plug. How do we find you if we want to have a chat with you on social media?
Simon.mortgagebroker. Look it up on Instagram.
TikTok,
Get some great content now. Now that I've got someone helping me. And then, TikTok's is Simon, mortgage broker as well. Same thing.
Sweet. Luke?
Yeah, mine, Luke Ashby, Mortgage Broker. Yeah, TikTok, Insta, Facebook, LinkedIn, all the above.
I've got a TikTok. It's a bit dormant.
You actually
Breaking
started.
Banks Bradley. I think I've changed it back to Adam Bradley, Mortgage Broker now. So, but obviously our main one is the Emerge page, Emerge Finance on Instagram. Keeping people up to date. All you guys get a little photo and, testimonial, once a month or once every 2 months. So it's
They still need to fix my surname.
Yeah. It's more about showcasing, the team and the offering. So it's not just about me anymore, which is exciting. It's about the team. So.
And obviously there's the website, emergefinance.com.au. You can see more about us and the team, where we're located. Got a great coffee shop if you ever want to come in, right next door, Fortitude Coffee Roasters. Good coffee. You can find me on Dion Finance Specialist on Instagram. I am on TikTok as well, not by choice, but I'm on there. LinkedIn and Facebook. But guys, thanks for coming on board today. This is part 1. We're about to jump into part 2. Again, any advice on this episode is very general in nature, doesn't take into consideration your personal circumstances. If you want to chat to one of us, jump on our Instagram pages or jump on the website. Find us. Very, very easy to find. And we'll see you guys all on the next episode.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you.